This is a comment on a video from forever and a day ago, but I need to clear out my draft, so here we are. Much like Bruce, I would say that the best answer to this question is, complicated. People tend to ascribe a lot more significance to the time that Jason and Dick had before he died than actually happened. Because people tend to forget Bruce and Dick were kind of on the outs while Jason was Robin. Sometimes it's because of it, sometimes it's completely unrelated to it, but they didn't really fuck with each other that much. And unfortunately for Jason, that means that he didn't really get to have a lot of interactions with the person that most consider his brother. The best way that I could describe their relationship is kind of like Jason had an older sibling that moved out before he was even brought into the family, but that older sibling was also the golden child. However, that older sibling is also the pariah right now. So he's brought up in a household that reveres Dick Grayson, but also bemoans Dick Grayson, but also he is the idol that he's chasing after, but also he's constantly in its shadow. He has a very weird relationship with Dick Grayson before he dies, none of which he actually shows when he's interacting with Dick. Because most of the time, much like any time that Jason's on screen before he dies, he's a lot more upbeat and cheery about it. It's more of a playful rivalry. He has the weight of the world on his shoulders trying to chase after this person, but he doesn't really let that hinder him. At least he tries to take it in stride. Post-death for a very long time in canon, those two fucking hated each other. Mostly because before the New 52, Jason was pretty much the failure. That's how he was seen by the Bat family. Not because of the fact that he died, but because he ended up turning into a villain. He's the Red Hood. He's a bad guy now. And pretty much any chance he got, he just went more and more evil. He would try and recruit Dick to his side by destroying the name of Nightwing, or he would destroy a fucking city, or things like that. After the New 52, when people decided that he was more of an anti-hero and less of a straight-up villain, it became a little less cut and dry. Now it kind of seems like Jason and Dick have the relationship of siblings who have had a very extreme falling out. If you need me, I will be there, but if you don't need me, don't fucking call. And as Jason has ingratiated himself more into the Bat family, this has loosened up to the point that they're kind of just brothers with a difference of opinion now. But I don't know, personally, I always think that the relationship between Batman and Nightwing kind of affects the relationship of every other Robin and Nightwing. Because depending on the day, Nightwing being either a brother or a son to Batman makes Nightwing either an uncle or a brother to all of the rest of the Robins. No matter what, he is the gold standard. He is the person they are all living up to. However, depending on his relationship to Batman, it changes his relationship to the people who he calls brothers. So much like Bruce and Dick, it's complicated.